The giant panda, known for its bizarre markings and strange diet, which consists of mostly bamboo. They have been prone to becoming endangered since approximately 5,000 to 7,000 years ago, according to a paper published in Current Biology. However, despite this, they have been able to sustain a meager population until the late 1980s, when they were declared endangered. Despite not becoming endangered until the 80s, China has been leading conservation efforts since the 1940s. Fortunately, pandas have not really made much of a comeback. As of 2014, there were barely over 2,000 pandas still alive in the world. Their population in the late 1970s was close to 1,000. In contrast, the human population has increased by over 4 billion since 1980. Pandas don't really contribute much to the world if you think about it. Are they really worth saving? No, definitely not. They do nothing but eat bamboo and sleep. In fact, it seems that even they know how much of an evolutionary mistake they are. Pandas are so pathetic, even other pandas don't want to continue the existence of their species. Part of the reason that the panda population hasn't increased much is that it appears pandas are going for one last desperate attempt at making the right decision and driving their own species to extinction. Pandas rarely mate, and when they do, there have also been cases of other pandas sabotaging the attempt to bring another poor soul into the life of a panda. Estimates by experts have shown that nearly $5.5 billion are spent annually to preserve the giant panda. But as pathetic and useless as they are, do they still contribute to the ecosystem? And, more importantly, are they truly the worst animal in the world? So far, the only reason pandas are still alive is because they have been lucky enough that humans find them cute. Members of the World Wildlife Fund, or WWF, would say that no, they protect pandas for reasons other than them being cute. They will claim that pandas are essential to the ecosystem and that it's our fault they're endangered in the first place. These arguments are easily refuted by the fact that there are other species that are either A, closer to extinction, B, easier to save, or C, actually essential to their ecosystem. Mangroves, for example, are so important to the whole world's ecosystem, saving them could delay some of the major effects of climate change for decades. Yet we spend next to nothing on mangrove preservation. They also are estimated to save coastal cities around $338 million through blocking flooding. But since pandas are just so cute, we have decided to invest everything into their preservation. Pandas are so loved by humans, they've made multiple appearances in pop culture. This can be seen anywhere from the movie franchise Kung Fu Panda to even popular video games such as Minecraft. These appearances grossly misrepresent the true nature of pandas, that of patheticism and uselessness. If you think about what a panda might be capable of, you might think, well, they do eat bamboo, and that's true, they spend around 14 hours a day eating bamboo. So you won't be surprised to hear that since pandas are only fertile for 1 to 3 days a year, and they spend 10 hours sleeping each day, that adds up to they do literally nothing but eat and sleep. There is no time for sustaining their species. Pandas aren't fertile for very long, and they spend much of that time eating, which is part of the reason that they have such a hard time reproducing. Their diet is directly responsible for the unsustainability of the species. After all, what kind of species needs to spend most of the day eating food that they've evolved to be their entire diet? Well, that's where pandas fail. They haven't evolved to eat bamboo. Pandas are technically bears and have the digestive organs of a carnivore, yet they eat nothing but bamboo. Because of this, pandas can't properly digest bamboo, which is why they must spend 14 hours a day eating. Were it not for the fact that they only eat bamboo, perhaps they could be a relevant species that deserves to exist. Or even better, had they actually evolved into this diet, bamboo would make an excellent source of nutrition, considering the high growth rate, and maybe pandas would be able to thrive. When observing other bears, the most successful ones are the ones with a balanced omnivorous diet. Grizzly bears are a very successful species, despite living in a harsher environment than pandas. Bears aren't meant for a herbivorous diet, and pandas are the only remaining member of the Ursidae genus which doesn't eat meat. They are still on the verge of extinction and can never make a recovery on their own. Those who claim all life is sacred must understand we can't save everything. Ultimately, humans do have the power to bring back a species from certain death, but the panda is an exception. They are uniquely incompetent, and we will end up sacrificing a multitude of other species to keep something useless, expensive, but kind of cute on the constant brink of extinction, but never truly dying. Pandas will never recover, and we need to let them die so we can focus on objectively better species that actually provide to the environment.